Good afternoon, thank you for joining me. Following on from my last video where I talked about managing and nurturing the relationships that internal recruiters have with their external recruitment agencies, I wanted to talk to you a bit more about how you actually identify the recruiters that you should be working with, and once you've decided to work with them, how to manage your PSL, your preferred supplier list, and how you should be managing that process. So first of all, how to identify the right recruiters to be working with. It's a tricky one. There's so many of them out there. Many of them will have mixed reputations. What I would do is go to the team that you're looking to hire into. I'm sure somebody within that team has had experience of working with recruiters to find themselves either the job that they've got with you now or for finding themselves a job in the past. You may even have people in that team that have been hiring managers for you or for companies previously that have experience with working with different agencies. Get their advice on this, because ultimately they're the people that are not directly going to be working with the agencies, but they're the people that are going to be seeing the CVs, and they'll have the best understanding of which agencies in the market for their team are going to be best to work with. So that's where I would start. What I would say is you must meet face to face the recruiters that you're working with. Ideally, you would just have one person handling your account and submitting CVs to you, even if they've then got multiple resources behind the scenes. Don't get drawn in by flashy presents, gift boxes, chocolates, donuts. That's all great, but they're spending the money that you're paying them on fees on that rather than actually into the service that they're providing you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that they're providing you with these things, but don't let that be a deciding factor for you in whether you choose that agency or not. Lots of people ask me, how many agencies should we be working with? Is it best to just give one agency exclusivity? My opinion on this is not to just give one agency exclusivity. You're really limiting the market of candidates that you're going to see through doing this. 3 or 4 agencies to be working with is probably about right. Within a team, so you may have 5, 6, 7 different teams across the company that you're looking to recruit: marketing, finance, IT, software. So I would say 3 or 4 per department within your organisation is a manageable number of agencies to be working with. I would say make sure that they're sending you good quality candidates, not just sending as many candidates as they can and hoping and playing the numbers game. Make sure they're sending good quality candidates through. If an agency goes quiet on you for a month or two, that's not necessarily a negative thing. I would say it's almost a positive, because at least they're not just sending you what they've got. They're obviously recruiting, they're still seeing candidates, but they don't feel that any of the candidates that they have at that time are suitable for you. So really, they are saving you time in doing that. So just to recap, vet your agencies, speak to your hiring managers and your teams as to who they've worked with before. They might not have any positives from recruitment agencies, but I'm sure they'll have some negatives. So find out who those agencies were and maybe avoid those. And then speak to the hiring managers. Who do they want to work with? It's key that the hiring managers meet face to face with the recruiters when you decide you're going to work with them. And it's also key that the HR or talent acquisition managers that are going to be working with them meet them as well. Make sure you have one point of contact within that organisation. And then as for a PSL, I think 3 to 4 good agencies working on each department is about the right number. Again, as I've said before, any questions, any comments, I'd love to hear them. Comment below, send me a direct message or an email. I'll be happy to answer any questions you've got. Thanks.